Church. After we took a week off, we are super excited to meet with you guys again this week.
We sure are, and we're coming to the end of the summer, which means we're coming to the end of Psalms of the Summer. This week, we're going to be continuing, though, and learning a little bit more about the character of God.
Wait, did you just call God a character? Like a superhero or fun fact guy?
God is not fun fact guy. Don't worry, kids. But we are learning about the character of God. That means who he is or what he's like.
So like when we learned about how God is our refuge,
Yep.
our strength,
Yep.
a good father. I get it.
Those are all part of his character. And in today's psalm, which is very, very long, we're going to learn a lot about the character of God.
Hey kids, fun fact guy here. Just bouncing around, have a fun fact for you. Did you know that Psalms has the longest and the shortest chapters in the Bible? Psalm 117 only has 2 verses. And Psalm 119, one we're doing now, has 176 verses in it. That's long, and it takes 15 minutes to read it. You should go read it with your parents tonight. Fun fact guy. Ow!
Whoa, you're right. That was a really long psalm.
It sure is.
Whew. But what does it teach us about who God is?
Okay, so in verse 11 it says, I have treasured your word in my heart, that I will not sin against you. And although David is talking about the word, it also includes the law of God. And he's treasured those things and delights in them.
Wait, treasure and delight
Yeah,
in the law?
yeah.
That's like words that I would use to describe like my birthday gifts or ice cream cakes.
Especially mint.
Yeah, but not the 10 Commandments
No.
or the book of Leviticus.
Yeah.
Those are important things. You know, they tell us how to act, what to do and not do. But I would not use the words treasure or delight to explain reading them.
Well, so you see, it's not quite like we should be super excited and Leviticus is really interesting for bedtime reading. Not quite.
Oh.
Although it is a really interesting book to read because the law in the Bible tells us how we should be living. But it tells us about God, which is why we should be living that way. Like in the 10 Commandments, it says, keep the Sabbath holy. Because God is holy and worthy of our worship, we delight in the law because he is worthy and he is holy.
So the laws tell us about the lawgiver, who is God.
Correct.
Like when it talks about how we shouldn't murder,
Yep.
it's because God has said human life is special
Yeah.
and we're created in his image.
Yeah.
And so that tells me that I have a creator who cares about me.
Correct. And so we delight in the law because we are delighting in God, the lawgiver. So when David says that he is delighting in the law of God, it's because it's showing him who God is.
Is that like why he says, I think it's verse 105.
Yep.
It's in the 100s, where he says that your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path, because if we follow him, we'll get to know God and we'll live in a way that is honoring to him.
That's right. So we're going to live in the right way and he lights our path.
Hey kids, fun fact guy here with another fun fact. Did you know that Psalm 119 is a different type of poem? It's an acrostic poem. That's pretty cool, huh? And did you know that all 22 letters of the Hebrew alphabet start each section? And there's 8 groups in the Psalm 119. How cool is that? That's pretty cool. That's the fun fact. Hold on, we'll go back to my cake.
That's so cool. So David wrote this whole psalm as a poem using the 22 letters in the Hebrew alphabet. I guess like in verse 18 when David said he delights and treasures in the law, he really must do that.
No kidding. I mean, I've tried to write some poetry before about things that I really enjoy, like baseball or coffee, but I don't think I could write an entire poem going through the entire alphabet about coffee, even though I really enjoy it.
I don't think I could either. David must have really treasured God's law and really seen the value in it. I mean, it shows how much he loved it by the dedication he put into writing this psalm.
Yeah.
He was a man after God's own heart. Isn't that what they always say?
It is. So I think I'm going to take a couple of the verses from this week's psalm, and I'm going to make them my prayer this week. Something like verse 18 and verse 105.
Do you want to try it now?
Yeah.
Show us how it's done.
Dear Jesus, open up my eyes that I might see the wonderful things that are in your law, and that they might show me who you are through them. And Lord, let your word be a lamp to my feet and a light to my path, that I would know how to live in a way that honors you.
Amen.
Hey kids, fun fact guy here just having a workout on the merry-go-round. Did you know that when it says the law, it's also talking about Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy? They're also called the Pentateuch. And when you hear the stories of Noah and Abraham and Joseph and Isaac and all those other guys that I can't remember now, they talk about God's character in those stories. They're really cool. I'll see you later.
You guys did such an amazing job memorizing all of Psalm 23. We are so proud of you for all the effort that you put into that.
We sure are. Even the youngest managed to do
Yes, it was pretty great. Now, this week, we're taking a step back from Psalm 23, since you already have it memorized. But we're going to use a verse from this psalm. Psalm 119, verse 105. I've already said it a couple of times this video. So it's your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. Record yourself saying it and then post it on social media using the hashtag TBC Ohio Kids and tagging @BranchChurchOH.
That's right. And parents, keep your eyes on social media. We're going to have a challenge coming out, a follow-up video, and our digital handout heading your way for you to use at home with your kids, as well as a Right Now media link for another video that you can use during the week. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.